This is not a bill of needs, it is a bill of rights. We want the General Assembly to pass House Bill 189 immediately. Last year, the North Carolina General Assembly was kind enough to pass the repeal of our Jim Crow physical purchase permit law that sheriffs in urban areas were using to obstruct people from buying handguns. We thanked them for that. However, after that bill passed, and after House Bill 189 for permitless concealed carry or constitutional concealed carry was slated for a House floor vote, it was pulled through a calendar after Senator Berger said that they had already considered and passed what was admittedly a legislative priority for us, namely the purchase permit repeal. But he said we didn't need to consider further gun bills. We do not regard the Bill of Rights as a bill of need. And consequently, we do not want Senator Berger to be a self-appointed arbiter of lead. We want the General Assembly to pass House Bill 189 immediately while they have a secret majority, because these things are never assured. And we want to make sure that the Republicans in this state come up to the standards of Republicans in other states. 29 other states have passed some form of constitutional carry. All we're asking in Republican leadership, in this case, is to bring us up to the standards of other states. Republicans want the gun vote in November. We're telling them they better remember to dance with the one what brought you in.
You cast this, what we hear a lot of critics of that idea is concerns about people not being trained to handle weapons safely, the point they carry them concealed in public. What do you say is this?
Well, for starters, this permitless concealed carry bill, and I think that's a better phrase than constitutional carry, has any number of restrictions. First, it only applies to anyone who would otherwise qualify for a concealed handgun permit. People who have disqualifying offenses may not do so. It also, after the request of Speaker Moore, has a nominal training provision within it, which requires people who exercise this right to take a training course with respect to laws governing concealed carry. What it does not do is create a database of concealed handgun permit holders, which of course is what many of our people object to.
Other questions? There was a bit of a dispute between Berger of last year over this bill and the NRA. I think the NRA was saying last year that this bill doesn't go to the standard that they wanted to go to. Well, there was a difference of opinion over it. Can you talk at all about,
what the NRA lobbyist was exercising is something we call the NRA not invented here syndrome. Whereas they're not the primary mover of the bill, they tend to oppose it. And unfortunately, the NRA has been AWOL for about the last 5 years. We have been pushing for constitutional carry. Their objection, ironically, was that per the Speaker's request, the sponsor added a nominal training provision. They claimed that made it not a pure constitutional carry bill, and they expressed opposition. In truth, they have just supported South Carolina's constitutional carry law, which I believe has the same training provision. And it is also not a pure constitutional carry law, so I'm afraid we're going to point out the NRA's hypocrisy.
Well, what is the part and be placed on governor's element of layer if this current system hasn't changed?
Well, the word we have primarily are urban sheriffs who have obstructed both purchase permits, which we repealed and they can no longer do that, and concealed handgun permits. Although a concealed handgun permit is supposed to be issued by statute within 45 days, we have Sheriff Gary McFadden in Mecklenburg County who's been taking more than a year to issue these permits, obstructing permits as much as he can, and frankly, we've sued him twice. The first time we sued him, it's like playing whack-a-mole. When we stop him from one means of obstructionism, he moves to another.
What's your understanding of support for this bill in the Republican caucus, the House and Senate?
My understanding is that the support is good. I'm not sure that they've complained about legislators in marginal districts, but quite frankly, We elected the Republicans, and Grassroots North Carolina has a large and active election system. And we elected these Republicans to do our bidding, and we expect them to do it. I don't want excuses.